Alright, guys, what's up? Happy Monday. Let's make it really simple today. I know that there's so many ways that we can go about losing weight and building muscle for the purpose of achieving our goals. But there's three really easy things that you can start doing today. And there's a good chance that you don't need to really take a trip anywhere. You don't need to buy anything. There's a good probability that what you have at home in regards to food, you can just do right now. Two of these things is going to be nutrition related, and the other one is going to be exercise focused. But these three things, if you start doing them, especially if you start doing all three of these things every single day, there is no doubt that you will see success with your weight loss, whether it is a pound per week, whether it is 5 pounds in the next 2 weeks. Maybe it's a little bit more stubborn and slow for you, and it's a pound every 2 or 3 weeks. Regardless, these three things will help you get there, and they're very simple to execute right now. The first thing is start eating vegetables with one meal a day, but specifically frozen vegetables. Why do I mention that? Because a lot of Americans aren't eating enough fruits and vegetables. They simply aren't. And one thing that will switch that around is to simply start eating frozen vegetables with meals. Now, this is really easy because you don't have to, because a lot of people will say, oh, I don't have time to cut vegetables. Well, guess what? All you can do is throw these frozen veggies in the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes, season them with whatever seasoning you love, and boom, there you go. Now you have no excuse to say that you can't eat veggies because of time or because of preparation, when all you need to do is throw your favorite frozen vegetables in a bowl, heat them up for 4 minutes, and you're good for the meal. There are all kinds of frozen veggies out there. Pick your favorite vegetable, or if you're somebody who just doesn't like eating veggies, pick one vegetable that you feel like you would eat more of, and just buy a large frozen bag of them in bulk at the grocery store. So now you have veggies for days, and all you got to do is throw them on the microwave and put them in your meal, and you're good to go. This is a super, super low effort execution that you can take today to help you get more vegetables in your diet if you're not eating enough of them, and then actually start seeing the weight loss through the fiber intake. Now, number 2 is taking a 5-minute walk after every lunch every single day. A lot of people say they don't have time to exercise, but they're not focusing on the fact that they're not even thinking about the fact that walking is exercise. It truly is exercise. And walking is something that can be fit into any point of anybody's life. Of course, assuming that you have the lower limbs to walk and you don't have any other issues that prevent you from walking. But one really easy way to just start walking more is do it after you eat. Because now you're telling yourself that you're going to do something after a task. So rather than just telling yourself, I'm going to go on a 5-minute walk today, or I'm going to go on a 5-minute walk every day, let's say to tell yourself, I'm going to go on a 5-minute walk after I eat my lunch. So perfect. During the week, if you're eating at work, you take a walk around your building. If you're on the weekend, great. You eat your lunch and you go take a 5-minute walk. Whatever it is that you're doing, now there's no excuse to include this walk because it's only 5 minutes and it's going to help you digest the food better compared to if you didn't walk after. I know that after I go on my walks after eating, my stomach feels good. I feel like I'm digesting my food better, especially if I feel like I'm eating a lot and I go into that slump afterwards that we all know what that's like. When I go on my walk, it pretty much takes care of that for the most part. And not only that, but now you're getting steps in. So that's another really easy thing that you can do today is to go on that walk and make sure that you're doing it in a way that's going to benefit you for fat loss. And that is essentially doing it right after you eat. Now, the third thing, and this is going to be related to nutrition as well, is start choosing more lean meats with your meals every day instead of the fattier meats. Now, this might be technically the hardest of the three if, 1, you love red meat, or 2, you just don't have lean meat at home right now. That would mean you would have to go to the grocery store to get some. But the reason why I say this tip is so important is because a lean meat is considered a meat that has less than 5 grams of fat per serving. A typical serving for a meat is 4 ounces. So, for example, let's go through some examples of what is classified as a lean meat versus what's not. 4 ounces of chicken breast is considered a lean meat because it's giving you about 2 grams of protein for every 4 ounces. 4 ounces of 85-15 ground beef, meaning 85% lean, 15% fat ground beef. Now, that's not considered a lean meat because it has about 8 grams of fat for every 4 ounces. Tilapia. For every 4 ounces, you're getting a gram of fat. That's considered a lean meat. Now let's take ground beef that's not just 85-15, but 75-25, which means that 75% of it is lean and the other 25% is fat containing. Those meats are literally 25 to 30 grams of fat per serving, not considered a lean meat. And lots of you who eat lots of protein, but a lot of it is that high fat meat, that might be why you're struggling to lose weight. Because think about it. You are taking what you were doing about the 35 grams of fat per serving of ground beef, and now instead of that, you're replacing it with chicken breast, which has a very similar protein content to the ground beef, but now it only has 2 grams of fat. So if we do the math real quick, 35 grams of fat in the ground beef times 9, because there's 9 calories of fat per gram of fat, that is about 2, 3, 4... Just trying to do the math in my head real quick. 140, 210, 280. That's 350 calories coming from fat if you have 35 grams of fat, right? But now if you take 2 grams of fat, and assuming again there's 9 calories per gram of fat, that's about 20 calories per coming from fat from the chicken breast compared to 350 calories coming from the ground beef. Just to show you the vast difference there in why choosing lean meats is not only healthier for you because it has less saturated fat content, but it's also going to be much lower in calories. Now, that's not for me to tell you to not eat red meat because I understand that pork and beef are staple for many people. But what I am saying is that if you want to lose weight and you want to see it more consistently, start eating more of these lean meats like the chicken breast, the tilapia that I mentioned. Other grams of lean meats are pork tenderloin, tuna, cod, ground turkey, because now you're having these additional options that are also high in protein but are saving you in the fat department. So now you can not have to worry about eating a lot of meat and seeing the calorie content go up because now you're cutting it down drastically by choosing leaner meats. I hope these tips were helpful, guys. If you're already doing them, then let me know. I will make another series where I go over 3 additional things you can start doing today to see weight loss. But I figured that these 3 things were easy enough that some of you might not already be doing, that you might actually benefit from taking action on now. Guys, I hope it was helpful. We'll talk to you on the next live. Let me know if these are helpful. Letting me know gives me that feedback to know, hey, I can start doing more of these because they're actually helping at least one person out there that's watching it. So I wish you guys the best day. World Cup semifinal tomorrow. Very much looking forward to it. And again, let me know if you need some help. Reach out for questions. I'm here for you, and take care.